Alright, let's dive right in. Listen, I know the thing we're doing here is trying to better establish the idea that Mako is especially worried about Korra, because this is where we see he actually does like her. I get that, and it's not even done poorly here. It's just weird that no one else is here. Where's Tenzin? Why isn't he doting over his pupil, his father's reincarnation? Where is Bolin? Korra is his friend too. Well, at least Asami showed up.
That's me in the corner.
But everything is going to be fine now. I promise.
Uh-oh, I get the feeling everything's not going to be fine. You know, in hindsight, it's actually surprising how often we see Korra being in recovery stage. I'm pretty sure it happens at least once per season. Korra quickly catches everyone up, and I like how this scene works. It's not Korra tells everyone the things we just saw, rather the important part is Tenzin's final words, ominously setting up the beginning of the season's finale.
I fear Amon is entering his endgame.
It helps from making the scene feel less like just exposition. Hey, are you ready for one of the worst moments of this first season?
Can I get some hot water? Korra needs more tea.
You're a firebender. Boil it yourself.
I'm right there with you, Pema. This moment is a big ol' yikes.
The kiss, Mako. I know.
Yep, once again, episode 5 rears its ugly head back into the limelight. Every gripe I had about the sloppily handled love triangle shenanigans from that episode comes to a head here. And you know what? I'm 100% on Asami's side. While I might have questioned the timing of Asami's sudden jealousy spike in the last episode, here, when things have calmed down, it makes total sense she'd be upset with Mako about all of this. And also, Mako is such a twerp about it, too. Not only his obsessive doting either.
Bolin told you, didn't he?
Don't blame your brother for what you did.
Yeah, that's your first thought? You kiss another girl behind your girlfriend's back, and once she reveals that she knows about it, your first thought is, oh, who do I blame for this? You don't think about apologizing or explaining yourself? You're just mad that your crappy secret got out? Mako isn't upset that his actions have hurt Asami. Mako is upset because his actions have consequences. This is why you're the second worst character. Tangent, it's always distracted me how Asami drops the clean plate she was drying back into the dirty water.
How you acted when she was missing.
At least we follow up that scene with one of the best scenes.
This is not what I signed on for!
This animation of Lin grabbing Milo with her wire is done so well too. Korra has such 10 out of 10 facial expressions. Who's that man? No, seriously, who is that man? It took me too long to realize this was actually the lieutenant. I guess I should have pieced it together sooner. His mustache is pretty distinct, but I don't know. I guess his beautiful, piercing blue eyes just distracted me from noticing that fact.
In your eyes, the light, the heat.
Also, I don't know, I guess I just assumed he wasn't the only person in the world who might have this mustache style. Perhaps they could have given him a scar on his lip that would have made it a bit easier to identify him with or without his Equalist uniform.
We're here to fix a spider rat problem.
Of all of Avatar's animal fusions, spider rat is the most horrible combination of words I can think of, and I usually like spiders and rats. You know what's cool as heck? Tenzin feeling the breeze of the incoming attack and being able to dodge it like a cool guy.
His name is John C.
You know what's super not cool? This, like, slow-mo kick? I don't know why. It just doesn't look right. Like, I think maybe the proportions are off, and it wasn't even a very cool-looking dodge that Tenzin does. Why did they give this moment so much emphasis?
John Cena!
We find out all the other council members have been nabbed by the baddies, and Tenzin was the only one who was cool enough to fight off his assailants. So now...
The leadership of Republic City is in your hands now.
Real talk, it's weird that this is the plot point they give to Tenzin this season. Like, it makes sense, and they've executed it well. We've gotten plenty of examples of Tenzin being frustrated with the council's lack of care when deciding on important topics, and now he can finally do everything that needs to be done with only him in charge. No, it's weird, because, like, weren't you teaching Korra airbending? It's so easy to forget that him teaching Korra isn't actually the focus of this season at all, because the idea of him being her teacher was such a big element from the first 2 episodes, but then with the pro-bending stuff, then there's the equalist stuff, and Tenzin on the council, we don't see any more training with them for the rest of the season. I like their dynamic so much as a teacher and student that I wish that part of their story arcs could have gotten a lot more screen time, but I also understand that all those other key plot points, including Tenzin and the council, was a bit more important to prioritize. Anyways, Republic City is under full attack by Hiroshi and Amon, so Team Avatar are on the move. Meanwhile, Tenzin sends a quick message to the General of the United Forces just before they lose power entirely. We've seen so much technology in Korra, like radios, cars, and whatnot, but for some reason, the existence of flashlights just really caught me off guard the first time I watched the show. I love how the one thing the Equalists didn't account for was the abilities of an airbender. Throughout this whole episode, we can see how Tenzin was able to overcome their forces, not just with his extreme skills, but because of his airbending specifically.
Here I come to save the day!
Shout out to the cool creative ways our heroes beat these mechs. Asami launches cars into things. Mako redirects their own electricity to short-circuit them. Korra floods their engines. Bolin, knocks them over and takes their lunch money. Team Avatar, woo!
Look.
Mako apparently has the best eyesight in the universe.
What's your FIC?
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard!
Okay, everyone strap in. The attack on the Air Temple Island is one of my favorite fight scenes in the whole show. First, I love this setting. We've been living here with Korra all season. This is like home for us. So to see it being under attack is gut-wrenching. Also, this is such a cliche, and a really tired one at that, but...
The baby's coming!
I love this plot point. Of course the baby's coming right now, when things are at their most dire, obviously. No pregnant woman in any story ever gives birth at a convenient time. But also, it gives this moment even more stakes, because we'll see with this fight, we got a whole awesome squad of badasses on our team. Lin is one of the coolest fighters ever, and we've already gotten tons of displays of her skills from prior episodes. But we also learn here that Tenzin is not the only skilled airbender. This team of heroes can easily best the oncoming threat, but who can't? A woman giving birth. Pema's safety is now top priority. It doesn't matter how cool the rest of the combatants are, because they now need to make sure to protect Pema and the baby during this extreme moment of vulnerability. She can't run away, she can't defend herself, so now there's extra stakes on the line for everyone else to protect her. Though, I will admit, I still hate the fart bending.
Taste my theory!
Yeah, it can't all be perfect, huh? This is why you're the worst character of the show. Aw, look, it's baby Rohan. Are you ready to completely forget the fact that this character exists? Don't worry, the show will do that for you. Yeah, I guarantee. Ask any fan of Korra, and their first response will be to say that Tenzin only has 3 children. And like, yeah, he's just a baby. What is he actually supposed to do, you know? Even by the end of the series, he's only like 3 or 4 years old or something. But I think it's the fact that the other Airbender kids don't even talk to him or talk about him in the following seasons. Untapped potential, I'd say. Also, have you ever noticed that all 4 of the Airbender kids have different eye colors?
You and your family are the last airbenders. There's no way in the world I'm letting Amon take your bending away.
Lin, why did you say that? Oh, look, you can see the foreshadowing warning appearing on the screen. Lin, how could you? No! Ah, see? Remember this? Their sweet-ass car. Because everyone didn't fit on Naga.
Hell no!
Although I swear Naga does carry more than 3 people in the future of the show. I knew it. I knew they all rode on Naga at some point in time. Critter is right for once. So it's cool to see that Beifong is continuing the family tradition of bringing down giant airships like a badass, just like her mother. But then the most heart-wrenching thing happens. It was such a shock to the system when this episode aired. Lynn was practically a one-woman army. She was amazing. One of the strongest characters we've seen all season. She seemed untouchable. One of the best examples of character development I've ever seen. We start off hating her. She comes across as this nasty, mean woman who's openly at odds with Korra. But as the season goes on, you learn more about her, see why she's so stern, and start to see her truly care for the Airbender family. You might have started the show rooting for her to lose, but then by the time we get to this episode, it hurts so much to see it actually happen.
That lady is my hero.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Except, there was one more important thing. In all the excitement with the battles, the baby, and the heartbreak, you might have forgotten that Tenzin had made an important phone call earlier. Well, here comes that general he was messaging, and who could this be?
Tell her we will be arriving in 3 days' time.
As you wish, General Iroh.
It's Zuko's grandson! Yeah! First of all, naming him after Iroh, genius. Usually I'm not a fan of legacy naming like this, but I think it's super sentimental here. Second, having him also be voiced by Dante Bosco is more genius, and it's just a really sweet getting to see Dante Bosco coming back, and he voices a character named Iroh, and my heart can't take it. We can talk a lot more about General Iroh next time, don't you worry. So, that was the 10th episode of Korra. There's only 2 more left for season 1. At this rate, I might finish the season in a couple of years. This episode is thrilling, jam-packed full of excitement, and has a great back and forth between our heroes and villains getting the upper hand. Just when you start to think the heroes are untouchable, they pull the rug right out from underneath you and take away Lynn's bending, really hammering home the threat Amon possesses, and shows us that not every character has plot armor. Something really bad could still happen. I guess we'll have to wait and see for next time, huh?
Aw, babies grow up so fast.
They do? Hello, I have been born.
Hey, your girlfriend. She's single?
Shout out to my $10 patrons, you're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Noah Perkins, Sunny Shy, Genital War Thunder, Jake, Amber, Hype Man, Isaiah, Scaring Crows, Not All That Evil, Messiah Complex, Jacob, Ben's Sketchbook, Rain, Omega Fighter, Trash, Wild Pilot, Josh, Twisty, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Lycan99, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, Hut Mutt Butt, Cloudy Days, The Enigma, C1 Trooper, Sean, and Primo Rune. I hope you liked this video. So yeah, I hope you had fun with this one. Finally getting back to Korra. I'm trying to do them faster. I just keep getting distracted. So anyway, are you excited about the finale of the first season? Or did you like this episode? I think this episode is really turbulent and all over the place. So many things happen. So there's lots of things you could comment on. And I'd love to see any of your thoughts and opinions about the show in the comments below. Let me know anything you're thinking. Tell me if you're excited for the finale. I can't wait. I hope I'll see you there whenever I get to it. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.